Hi everyone, welcome back. This is my Dendrobium delicatum. Delicatum is a primary hybrid. I think I'm right in saying it is actually found in nature, but it's a hybrid between the slightly smaller growing Kingianum and the slightly larger, incredibly large growing Dendrobium speciosum. So as you can see, this plant is doing relatively well. It's got a lot of flower spikes on it. I'll turn this around for you. If you can see that, lots of flower spikes coming. And if I sort of take a close-up of the flowers, you can see they're quite a nice shape, resembling, well, a hybrid of both, obviously, the parents. These smell quite nice in the sunshine, normally roughly in the afternoon here in the UK. And yeah, with delicatum you get a bit of an increased flower count on top of the Kingianum flower count, or certainly my Kingianums don't flower as much as this. The pseudobulbs, if I sort of zoom out a little bit, pseudobulbs can be quite long and relatively thick. I'll show you these ones down here. These are the newer pseudobulbs from the last couple of years. The plants can flower again and again on sort of over multiple years. You can see here it's flowered 3 times on this cane, which is a nice feature. So you actually get an increased flower count over the years. It's relatively easy to propagate, so if you know someone with one of these, and these plants do occasionally throw out kekis, for example, here's one growing on the top of an old pseudobulb. If you pot that up after a year or so on the mature plant, so leave it for a year or 2, take it off, pot it up, you end up with something like this after a couple of years. There you go, Dendrobium delicatum. This is exactly the same as the parent, and as you can see, it's been growing in here for a few years now, and it's looking nice and happy. The pseudobulbs are thick at the bottom, thin at the top, and this one is almost ready to get repotted. Like a lot of dendrobiums, these love to be crammed in pots. If you put it in too big a pot, then it's going to sulk for a little while. You can see here the plant's kind of starting to overhang, but actually I don't really mind that. This plant will stay in this pot for another few years, and it'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger and become a monster, even more of a monster. I haven't counted the flowers on this. I don't know. I don't have the time. But yeah, easy to grow. Again, like most of my plants, outdoors almost all year. Even down to, again, about 4 degrees Celsius, as long as it's kept dry. In fact, that being kept out all year round really encourages the flowers. So if you're having problems flowering something like this, then I suggest making sure it gets that differential between summer, autumn, winter, and that should tell your plant to flower. Obviously the increased sort of light you can give it, so this is out in full sun, it can take it, as long as it's sort of out early in the year to sort of acclimatise over the year. For example, you can see here some of these leaves are slightly more red, and that's basically, it's effectively the suntan that we all get. So it's a way for some plants to protect themselves against the harsh light. Obviously, if you see the plant start to burn, then take it in or remove it to a shadier place. But in the UK, you shouldn't have much of a problem as long as you introduce it slowly from spring onwards. So that's Dendrobium delicatum. Well worth checking out. You can get small plants which are relatively cheap, and within a few years you'll have a monster plant. Okay, hope you enjoyed it.